Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. We taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go. Hey, it's the Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Back to our boxing. Now, Amir King Khan gets into it with legendary fighter in Britain, Ricky Hitman Hatton. Now, apparently Hatton thinks that Amir Khan is doing a mistake by fighting this his latest opponent, Phil Greco, right? Apparently, Hatton thinks boxing is gonna retire Khan, and then he says, "No, I'm gonna retire from boxing when I feel like it." Right now, this is wild stuff. I didn't know they had a beef. Apparently, Ricky Hatton thinks it's not a good idea for Khan to continue to fight after being stopped by Canelo Alvarez, and this is wild stuff, man. It's wild stuff. Now, I'm gonna read some quotes for you guys. Quotes from Khan first, and then I'm gonna get into Ricky Hatton said. Now, Khan says, and I quote: "If I stop now, I had a great career." Khan told Sky Sports News, "I've won world titles, the WBA Super, WBA, and the IBF. I wanted to do it because I love the sport. I know there is more left in me. I can call it a day and do something else, but I love the sport so much. I know I can do a little bit more." Right now, it basically said that Ricky Hatton says that Khan should retire for the sport, right? I'm gonna read one more thing for you guys. It says, but there have been many calls for Khan to retire from the sport, including advice being put out there from close friend Ricky Hatton, who feels Khan should think twice about staging a ring return. So you guys have it right there. Ricky Hatton himself said he should think twice before coming back again. Now, this is wild stuff, man. Ricky Hatton, when he tried to come back, he got stopped by a body shot, and it was wild stuff, man. He was winning the whole fight, and then he got hit the body shot, and he just couldn't take it anymore, right? And it's crazy stuff, right? Now I'm gonna read these last quotes for you guys, so you guys can get a full perspective of everything. Now it says Ricky is coming from there because a lot has happened in my life in the past couple years. So maybe he's thought I should call it a day, Khan said. But I surpassed that now. It's now time to put all that behind me and move forward. I've always said from day one, I'm going to be the one that walks away from the sport of boxing. I'm not going to let boxing retire me. I retire from boxing. I might wake up one morning and think, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. But at the moment, I'm waking up every morning wanting to be a champion again. So that's what Khan says, man. And Ricky Hatton's telling him just to stop boxing, bro. Like, just don't do it again. And Amir Khan's not fighting anyone incredible. He's fighting, Phil Greco, who's let's say he's a French contender at best. I mean, I would even say that much. But this isn't really a dangerous fight for Amir Khan and Ricky Hatton. He's trying to look out for Khan, but sometimes I feel like people who had their career didn't go a certain way, they feel like just because it didn't work for them, it won't work for no one else. Uh, After suffering devastating losses, you can bounce back, right? This weekend, George Groves, he bounced back from getting knocked out devastatingly by Carl Froch. He bounced back and he's been stopping undefeated fire since. I'm not sure that Khan's career will go the same way, but at the same time, he's fighting Phil Greco. He's not fighting anyone ridiculously like a Errol Spence Jr. or Keith Thurman. He's fighting a guy who he should fight. Like I said, Ricky Hatton was stopping his last opponent. I think that opponent is probably too much of a challenge for him at that stage of his career. He got stopped by Pacquiao, and then stopped by Mayweather first, and then he got stopped by Pacquiao, and then he tried to come back fighting a top 15 opponent, which wasn't a good idea. This guy Phil Greco is not a top 15 opponent by any means, not at all. So Amir Khan, he's come back fighting the right kind of opponent. Now I still think, in my opinion, I think Amir Khan is more talented than Ricky Hatton, man. Ricky Hatton was more of an athlete than an actual good boxer. Amir Khan actually has phenomenal boxing skills, and he actually is probably lacking athletically. You look at his body; he doesn't look like anything special. Like, he takes his shirt off, he's just like flabby in the waist. He doesn't have any crazy definition on his body. I think his athleticism is not like, it's not phenomenal. Obviously he's a boxer, he's really quick, but I think that's more like quick twitch muscles and just more like practicing boxing to make him that good in the first place. I think Khan's speed is definitely is definitely trained speed. He's that quick because he trained to be that quick, and I think it's gotten to the point now where it became natural to him, you know. So I do think Khan has a skill to compete at the highest level, but I think he does need to work on his athleticism a little more. It's wild stuff because Amir Khan, having one of the most athletically gifted, not gifted, but one of the most athletically blessed fighters who actually works on his athleticism is Anthony Joshua. If Khan really wants to take boxing seriously, I think if he became more athletic, he'd be a monster. If he trained with like Anthony Joshua and like I'm serious. If he started like lifting weights and getting big and like working out with Anthony Joshua, I think he'd be a monster, man. That wouldn't be fair. That would be fair in my opinion. Amir Khan, everyone talks about chin and everything, but I mean, there's things you can do to train your body just like you can train your chin. Right? You can watch Mike Tyson. He's like he does this one thing where he like lays in his back and he has his head up and he's rotating his head and he's building his neck by rotating his body on his neck, right? And you can see so you can train your neck to take a better punch. When you get hit in the head, your head isn't popping everywhere. It's more stiff, right? You can train your jaw as well. You can like lift weights with the jaw, right? Floyd Mayweather does it. If you watch him in between fights, he does this thing where a guy puts his weights on his head and he lifts it up with his head. That's training his neck. But I've seen other ones where you actually train his jaw as well. So I mean, you can train things to strengthen your jaw. You can train things to strengthen your body. And I think Amir Khan, at this stage of his career, I don't think he has anything to worry about. People just don't realize that. I mean, casuals, I guess, don't realize that Amir Khan just fought a fucking middleweight. He fought a middleweight. Canelo Alvarez is a middleweight, and he's big, to say the least. I mean, you see when he did the Triple G, whether you think Canelo Alvarez beat Triple G or not, the point is Canelo didn't get dropped in that fight, and he really didn't get hurt. That's how big Canelo is. He fought a guy in Triple G who was on a knockout spree, 20 plus something fights before, Daniel Jacobs. But still, that was Canelo. That was the first full-fledged middleweight he fought was Triple G, and he took it. He took the punches. He did what he had to do. Whether you think he won or not, that's not the point. The point is Canelo Alvarez was actually able to make that competitive fight and pick a fight with a full-fledged middleweight who's used to fighting bigger, stronger people. So Khan, when he fought Canelo Alvarez, man, he fought a middleweight. People just, I mean, that's two weight classes above what Khan ever fought before. And Khan's not even a natural welterweight. He's really like a lightweight fighter. So I mean, Khan just fought a big guy, and at welterweight, I think he's still an elite fighter. So I don't know where Ricky Hatton's telling him to stop. I think he's pitting himself too much into Khan's career, and he's thinking, what would I do if I was Amir Khan? Ricky Hatton needs to realize that was his career that went south, and Amir Khan has a lot left in him, man. Amir Khan's a really great fighter, one of my favorite fighters actually. Really quick, has incredible boxing ability. I just think he's sort of, in my opinion, I think he trains hard, but I think sometimes he gets lazy, man. I'm not gonna lie. His athleticism is not impressive to me. He's just really, really quick, and he has really good boxing ability. And I think he worked on a skill, but I think it's gotten to the point now where I'm not too sure how much better he can get boxing ability wise. His boxing IQ is really high. He just needs to take his athleticism to another level. So we're gonna see how Amir Khan handles Phil DeGreco. And I think it's gonna be a great fight, man. But that's crazy that Amir Khan and Ricky Hatton sort of had it out for each other. Ricky Hatton's telling him to stop. It's so crazy. So let me know how you guys feel about that, man. I think that's really interesting. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Peace. Geoboxing Empire. Peace.